In the previous two tasks, we installed NodeJS for backend development. Then in task 2, we looked at how to write a HTML client that will be used in the browser program, how it will send requests to Node.js server running on the localhost computer server, how it will send back a response and that will get displayed in the client browser. Now here we are going to extend it to use Python program because HTML is used to write the client. Node.js is written to receive requests from here, do some work and prepare a response and send it back. This doing work on the server is best done actually using Python program or C++ kind of desktop compiler kind of programs. So what in this architecture we do is HTML client, Node.js based server program to receive the request. Work is given to a Python program that runs on the server. Return is collected, put it into the response and sent back. Node.js works like a reception officer to receive and send on. Actual work is offloaded to a Python program, which in turn in this particular program uses a database, simple comma separated value file to store and retrieve data. So what do? We create a 3a.js file, just like we created 2a.js file in the previous task 2. And we concatenate and copy text from slides 4 and 5. So let's first create 3a.js. I already have 1a.js, 2a.js, 2b.js. And then for the previous two tasks, here I created 3a.js. New file, 3a.js, empty. Slides 4 and 5, I go to slide 4 and 5. I go here, Control A, Control C. I go paste. Then I go to the next slide, Control A, Control C, paste. I'm done. My 3a.js is ready. I save it. Now I create a new, same thing I do if I look at the instructions. I'm supposed to do now 3b.html, same way, 3c.py, 3.csv from respective slides. Okay, I will do that. So new file, 3b.html, blank. I go here. I need to escape out, otherwise I do Control A, Control C, paste. Slide 7, again Control A, Control C, paste. My 3b.html is ready. Control save. .html is ready. I do new file, 3c.py. Okay, what do I paste? I go to next slide. I take that, I take it, I paste. Save. Now I create a new file, 3d.csv. This is my database file. I'm using the simplest text file as database. Later you can use MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB. Okay. So 3d.csv, I hit enter, again blank. I could already have something. Okay, company ID. I need not have. Okay, so I go paste it here. Okay, so let me just keep you know, 1, let's say, or I need not keep anything. I need not have this file as it will create. Okay. So I save it. So I have all my files, create.js, 3p, 3c, 3d. Okay. And what does the instruction say? So I go to now to slideshow. Okay. Now you run node create.js and do localhost 3000 task 3, not task 2. Okay. So I go to my terminal. First I didn't kill it from last time. I kill it. I clear ls minus l 3 star. See, I have those 4 files. I'll do node. I'm asking node, please run my node.js file, create.js. It runs, it gives the same saying. I explained to you in task 2, we are running on port 2000. I'm waiting for request. Now I need to send a request. How do I send a request? I go to my browser, go to a new tab. I say localhost, task, not task 2, task 3. Okay. I send a request called task 3 with no data. I immediately get a company ID, user ID, password, login like in task 2, but there's also, it was trying to send a logo also. Because I didn't give proper link, it didn't come. Otherwise, if you correct it, you will get a new nice link. Okay. So now, how does this work? Okay. So we looked at it earlier. Let's just quickly look at it. Create.js, task 3, send file 3b.html. Go to 3b.html. It has a form. Okay. And it says company ID, user ID, password, login. Okay. So not just fine. So company ID, user ID, password, not first name, last name. This is what I should have used in task 2 also. I'll change. Login. And nickname is PWD. That's why if you remember that confusion, PWD, first name was there. Now, where did this come from? There's nothing in the form. It's outside the form. You see here, image SRC. Okay. So some image I'm using, which is no longer existing. Okay, I should put a nice name that exists. Okay. Anyway, so now I type some value, Nagesh ABC123 or whatever, let's say NK 1234 login. Password should contain minimum 8 characters. How did that come? It called my function. Okay, it calls my function with pd_value. That my function comes here. Length of it is less than 8. I typed only 4. It says password should contain minimum. Okay. So I say 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I say login. Now if you see, it just switched to login. So now I go to my create.js, see where login is. You see /login here. It's post. Company ID also is in task 2. We are not looking at company ID. We are looking at first name, last name. Here we are looking at username, password, company ID. Now comes the code part that I want to explain about Python. We have to do some processing. Earlier, what were we doing? We simply were printing back saying welcome and come in task 2, or not even saying welcome when you do JSON. Whereas here we want to do processing. What do? We say, look, I want to give it to a Python compiler, interpret. Okay, I have a program, great program called pcd.py. I give all these 3 arguments that the user gave to that Python program and say, you go to database, check if this guy is there, if the password is correct. Don't do other things, log, remember when he logged in so that, later he says he has not logged in, we can pin him down to saying at this point, you logged in and worked this log. How do we do that? So we need to, we are in one Node.js process. We are trying to launch a Python. So that is another process. So to launch from one process to another process, Q is a child process. The Python is a child of this Node.js process. So you need a library called child process. Why has Node.js become famous? Because there are so many child libraries. So you import child process, you call it, module called spawning, creation. You can give any name you want. I am telling that child process. I've instantiated. I say, look, you launch a child process called Python. On your machine, you have to install Python first. And you might have to use Python 3 or Python based on how it works on your machine. That name you have to put here. Okay. You're saying, please Python, launch Python. Ask it to run in the current folder. There is a file called 3c.py. And to that program, give these three arguments. Python program also can take command line argument just like C program does. These are the three arguments that I have got from. So whatever Node.js got from the client, it's simply giving it the Python program. Okay. So immediately this takes us to 3c.py. Here is the Python program. Okay. My goal is not to teach you Python. I'm assuming you kind of know. Otherwise, these Python lines you should be able to understand. I'm saying import CSV module, comma separated value, because that's the database I'm using as this database. If you are using MySQL or MongoDB, you'll have to do something else. Sys, then I'll say data.csv. Open is not actually data.csv because we actually called it d.csv. We'll see what happens. Okay, it's an append mode. That means it will keep appending to it. If it is not there, I think it will create it. Okay, you're using a writer module and you are saying write whatever we gave three arguments, they will come in this system module, system library. Argv is argument, vector, argument, v vector. First one, second one, third one. First one will be the first argument, company ID. Second one will be username. Third will be password. Take those three, write in a row. It will keep writing to that file. How many more times you click, it will write. It will be with open data.csv with 3D dot. Is writing to data.csv, reading completed. Will it work? No, it will not work. We will see. We'll have to do bug fixing. So here we are doing read. Use a reader as opposed to a writer here. Read all that and keep it. Now this Python program is our child process. Where is it going to print? It has to print to us. It can't directly print to us. It is our child. It can't directly interact with the outside world. It will print to us. I'll show you how we collect. So we say, this is a little complicated code. So I go to my create.js. I have invoked this process, Python, etc. That process, it's standard out. I am processing. If it doesn't work, I'm not sending it. Okay, I look at its data and say, you convert your string and search for the word error. In the Python program output, if there is a word error, say, look, some error happened, here is what happened. You send the error back to the response. It will be shown in the browser. If there is no error, console.log, result from Python plus data, log it. Write into the response, whatever data came from Python, end it. Simple text will come, it will go. Okay. So now if I go to my browser, I click that button. Immediately what happened? It wrote that one line row and in data.csv and you got that. Okay. Now I go back. I click NK2. What happened? Why didn't I get? I was expecting 2. Nagesh ABC 1, 2, 3, 4 is the last time. This time I did NK because what I wrote went into data.csv. I'm reading from 3d.csv. So I need to go back here and I say, look, this is data, this is 3D, this also better be 3D. Okay, I save it. I go here, data, everything is fine. Somewhere else, I thought there was one more place I needed to change. I forget. So, 3D.csv has this. Anyway, let's see if it is. I changed in 3c.py only. It's okay. So I go here, I refresh, I say NK3. Okay, Again. See, now it works. Now I again go, I do MK4 log. It works, it's going on. Okay, so see, you have written a powerful program. Client, web server that receives the request, gives it to a Python program that takes it to a database, puts it, reads it, generates a response, gives it here, that goes. For the full loop, you can actually implement entire IRCDC can be implemented here. Of course, it will be very tedious. So with this, actually, we are done, right? So let's see our PPT. So we have done this. We got these programs, right? So please practice this, and we will then go to the next task of actually deploying this on the server.